What's happening, YouTube? It's your boy Sabby. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode. Welcome to my channel, Self Mastery. I have a very powerful message for you all today. Stop trying to save everybody out here. Stop trying to save people, because I've been there and I've done that. And I'm going to get into it in today's episode. I highly recommend that you guys stay tuned until the very end. I have a great personal experience to share with you all. The only thing I ask for is that you guys hit the subscribe button for me. All this content is free to you at no charge. All you have to do is just subscribe, guys, so you can get access to more exclusive content directly on your phone, on your laptop. Anyways, without further ado, let's get started. I want to share an experience that happened with me around 2013, 2014. And around that time, I had my first big awakening. I would call it that. It was a spiritual awakening, because I realized my true essence. I realized that spirit is all that I am. I realized that I am not this body. I am the spirit that is within this body, and I'm just having a temporary human experience. And many of you all may be aware of this. Many of you all have also realized this truth as well. But at that time, this was new to me. It was very it was an epiphany. It was a download. It was a realization. It's sort of like having a psychedelic experience, if you guys have explored with those substances. Although I had my experience from the sheer blessing of God, bestowing this knowledge and wisdom upon me, I wanted to share all of this with everyone. I wanted to share with people that, hey, you can create your own reality. Just focus on the thoughts that you desire. You can manifest anything. You can manifest, a loving partner. You can manifest a large sum of money. You can manifest, the career, the job that you want. You can manifest anything. And obviously I was excited. I was thrilled. I wanted to share this with, all my friends, my family. And that's exactly what I did, because a part of me wanted them to have this wisdom, wanted them to live from that vantage point. And that was my first mistake, guys. The thing is, you should never coerce people. You should never influence people into seeing life the way that you do. Because the truth is, a lot of people are not ready for it. Consciously, they're not ready for it. They're stuck in their ways of thinking, and that's okay, because this is the thing. This life is a life of free will. Everyone gets to choose how they want to live, what they choose to believe, what they choose to think. And so when people are ready, they will come to you, And so guess what I did? I went and told a couple of my good friends at that time, hey, you can do this. You can literally change everything about your life. You can manifest so much. All you got to do is just, focus on your vibration, focus on, feeling good every day, focus on, your state of being. I started sharing all these, truths with them, and guess what? They were closed off. They got defensive. They didn't want to listen to me anymore. They thought I was nuts. They thought I was crazy. They thought I was loco, And I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all, because they were where they were, and I was where I was. And in the long run, I did end up pushing those friends away. And as you have guessed, we are not friends any longer. Obviously, a lot happened. Time also is another factor that you realize, you have to separate from individuals as you are on a different journey. Also, I went to my family and I shared a lot of these truths with them that I realized at that time. And I did come from a religious household. It was not too religious, but it was religious nonetheless. And when I shared this, with my father, with my mother, in the beginning, my parents were also closed off, because they were coming from the religious dogma, right? They were coming from that aspect of things. And of course, when you bring in New Age, law of attraction, spiritual knowledge to them, it can seem like a lot. It can seem like, just it can challenge their current belief system. There's a term for this. It's called cognitive dissonance, which basically means that whenever you introduce new knowledge to somebody who already has a fixed pattern of thinking, that new knowledge will actually allow their brain to shut down because it's interfering and going against everything that they hold to be true. And it's the ego, guys. Obviously, it's the ego. The ego has an identity built up, and whenever you share this knowledge, any knowledge, new knowledge, could be knowledge that, regarding anything, finances, for example, right? If you share knowledge to somebody that has a fixed mindset, the brain isn't going to listen anymore. Their brain is going to shut down middle of the conversation. They'll probably just, zone out, tune you out, not really listen to you anymore. And it happens all the time, guys. And that's sort of what happened with my parents. In the beginning, obviously, my parents grew to understand everything that I shared with them throughout the years. And I am blessed to say that my parents are very aware and very conscious now, more so than ever. And so the point of this personal experience, guys, is that the same will happen if you go out there and try to get your friends to change and adopt your way of seeing life. Whether it's psychological truths that you have just, come across, whether it's spiritual knowledge that you have gained through, meditation or psychedelic experiences or whatever, guys, whatever you have downloaded from the source directly and you try to share with other people, they will not get it because they're on a different vibration, guys. They're tuned in to a whole different frequency. And you are where you are, they are where they are. And you have to let people be where they are because that's the best for them at that time. Let me tell you something. Life is the best teacher. Life experience is the best teacher. Pain and suffering and trauma is the best teacher. Because there are people out here right now that are probably eating really unhealthy foods, and you're coming with, your conscious knowledge. You're trying to get them to be vegan. You're trying, if not vegan, at least you want them to start picking, whole plant-based foods. You want them to start eating good, nutritious vegetables, fruits, guys. And they have a McDonald's diet. It's not going to happen. They're not going to listen to you. Or let's say, a family member or a friend that's financially irresponsible. They're spending money all the time. They're thousands of dollars in debt, and then you come to them with financial advice on how to save and invest, guys, they're not gonna listen. You're going after the wrong crowd, to be honest. Because here's the thing, there's something known as the savior's complex. It's a psychological construct that many people have where they feel the necessity, the need to save other people more so than themselves, more so than they actually love the person for being who they are. No, they want that person to be saved. And in order to be saved, they must change. They must change their, behavior, their attitude, their actions, thoughts, everything about themselves. And guys, that can be very detrimental to both parties involved. So don't try to save anybody. Another thing that I want to say is that life will facilitate the change in people automatically. It's going to happen. Change is inevitable. That's the only constant in life. You have no need to go out there and force people to change. Rather, if you want to influence, if you want to impact the world, right? Let people come to you that are ready to learn, that are ready to be educated. It's same with what I'm doing with my YouTube channel, right, guys? My content is available and it's here for free. Anybody can come and access my content at any time, whenever they want. I'm not pushing this upon them. I'm not, saying, hey, you have to watch my videos. You have to listen to what I'm saying. I don't do that, guys, because I know that those who are truly ready to learn, those that are ready to, take themselves and their life to the next level will come across my channel eventually. And we'll start watching and we'll start learning. And those that resonate will follow and subscribe. Of course, guys, I know that. And so, yes, I'm still out here and I'm still sharing the good word and I'm still spreading the good message on how you can become a better individual, how to become a sovereign being, right? Autonomous, you govern yourself, self-reliant, being, right? I'm teaching all of that, but I'm not going to push that on anybody. I'm going to let people discover their truth when the time is right for them. And I encourage you all to do the same as well, guys, because one, it will save you a lot of headache. It will save you a lot of frustration. And this is the thing, guys, when you start pushing your beliefs on other people, when you try to go out there and save people, you're going to push them away. You're going to lose friendships. You're going to get people to dislike you. People are not going to want to hang out with you. That's what happened with me at some point. My friends really didn't want to spend time with me because I was on this, new wave stuff. I was on a completely different frequency. Of course I was, and they weren't resonating with where I was, but also they didn't want to hear what I was talking about. They didn't want to, be a part of that because they weren't ready to face themselves at that moment in their lives. I don't know if they still have at this time or not, but that's irrelevant. The thing is that I should have just loved them for who they were and let them just live their life, whether it was in denial, because the thing is, guys, that's all you can do. That's all you can do. And that's all anybody can ever do. Another thing I want to say is, in nature, animals have to learn how to hunt by themselves. They have to learn how to defend themselves. They have to learn how to fly on their own. You see, when a butterfly is coming out of the cocoon, it's going through that metamorphosis, right? I think the phase is called chrysalis. When a butterfly is coming out of that cocoon, it must learn how to fly on its own. It must learn to flap its wings on its own, because that is the only way it can strengthen its wings. If you try to help that butterfly, you are never going to allow it to fly on its own. And in turn, you will kill that butterfly, because the butterfly needs to be self-reliant. Nature is like that, guys. It's inherent in nature to be self-reliant. And so it's the same with human beings, guys. You have to let people discover and learn and experience and explore for themselves. It's the same thing when religion tries to push all its dogma on you. And you're like, hey, I want to learn for myself. I want to explore myself spiritually. I want to, let's say you're born in a Christian household, yet you want to study non-duality, or you want to study Buddhism, or you want to study, the occult, or whatever, guys. You have every right to do so, because that will lead you to your truth. You will discover yourself in the process, rather than religion saying, no, you cannot read any other book but the Bible, right? How limiting is that? What kind of experience is that, guys? And so it's the same thing. You can't push, whatever your ideology is, whatever your beliefs are, on anybody else. And so that is the main message for today, guys. Stop trying to save people out here. Just save yourself. Save yourself. And look, you can definitely write a book. You can create videos. You can tell people, hey, if you ever want to learn, if you ever want to elevate, come to me. Come spend some time with me, and we will sit together. We will discuss things. Of course, give them that option, but never force them to change. Never, try to save them from your idea of what their damnation is, or your idea of them living in hell, guys. They may not be. You never know. And so I'll leave it at that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode. Please leave your comments down below and subscribe to my channel. It means a lot, guys, that you continue to support my journey, but also these videos, so I can post more and more new amazing content for you all. Thank you so much. Take care. Peace. Much love.